Yeah, I'm here on Nesbar Drive in Champion Township, and all these flashing lights you see around me are a result of this huge brush fire. There are 10 departments here fighting this fire in a heavily wooded area. As we learn information, I'll update you on air and online at WKBN.com. Live in Champion Township, Abigail Cloutier, WKBN 27 First News. Good evening, Lindsay and Dave. Yeah, I'm out here in the Struthers Plaza on 5th Street, and as you can see, the parade is lined up behind me here. This cold not stopping anyone from enjoying the holiday season. That line extends all the way back. Now, this parade route will go down 5th Street, Garfield Street, and at the Struthers Filling Station, where their new permanent Christmas tree is up, and they're going to have lots of activities there. The mayor tells me there's going to be a lot of fun, and even though there's no snow on the ground, she says they're going to be making it themselves, so definitely a lot to enjoy. She says this parade will last about half an hour here, but the fun will last a while longer at the fire station. Live in Struthers, Abigail Cloutier, WKBN 27 First News. I've seen some crazy weather out here today. Right here I'm on North Heights Avenue on Youngstown's north side, where you can see behind me the wind actually appeared to blow a roof off of this apartment building. You know, you can see I'm getting blown around out here pretty bad. Good morning, Josh and Anna. Yeah, I'm down here at Youngstown Police Department, where detectives are still working to learn what happened after 3 people were shot last night. It happened on the 3100 block of Idlewood Avenue on the city's south side. This is video from last night. You can see police had the scene taped off and were marking shell casings on the ground. Officers found over a dozen casings in a driveway near the intersection of Idlewood and West Boston. Police again did tell us 3 people were hurt, but couldn't tell us anything about their conditions. No one is in custody. I'm working to learn the latest information, and we'll update you as soon as it becomes available. Live in Youngstown, Abigail Cloutier, First News This Morning. The grace period for distracted driving in Ohio is now up, meaning October 5th. When you get in the car, you can now be fined for texting and driving, meaning that when you're in the car, your phone should be down. Drones like these assist in car chases, arrests, and more, and YPD is looking to get another one to help the department out. This damage you're seeing behind me on Youngstown's north side is only some of the damage we've seen from high winds all day, and those winds ripped the roof off an apartment building, sending it into 2 backyards next door. Behind me here is Park Hill Drive, where Andre McCoy was arrested early this morning by U.S. Marshals. McCoy was wanted in the September 2020 death of 4-year-old Rowan Sweeney in Struthers. McCoy was one of several injured in that shooting and has evaded authorities ever since. Caitlin Bondoni expected to only get $8 a pound for her dairy beef feeder Elmo. It was to her shock and surprise when she got about $50, and all that money is going to cancer research. It was the explosion that shook the city, taking a quiet, normal afternoon to a terrifying one, and now those living in the Realty Towers above the Chase Bank living with an uncertain future.
Did this really just happen?
People were being pulled out of the rubble of the Realty building Tuesday afternoon, being loaded into ambulances. A man and his dog fighting their way out alive. Those working and living downtown tell us they felt the explosion blocks away.
I heard the boom and I looked up and I could see dark smoke coming out of the side of the Chase Bank building. But it was just such a really strong boom. You know, I blurted out, "Oh my God."
We felt the building shake. We felt City Hall shake. It is, in fact, my home, yes. It is. And, you know, it's things. People are more important than that.
Construction workers were doing work in the basement at the time. They heard a hissing noise from natural gas and called 911, racing out of the building minutes before it exploded.
A lot of emotions right now, because one of my friends was in the bank across the street and he went in to grab people, and I don't know, haven't seen him since.
Joe Guerreri owns a business downtown, was eating at a restaurant when he heard the explosion, immediately rushing to people's aid.
Grabbed a bunch of bottles of water and ran down, and there was a gentleman with a bunch of glass and cuts all over his face. We tried to wash him off a little bit, clean him up, and then tried to help this lady that had a pretty severe leg injury.
One man who lives on the 3rd floor of the Realty building was inside at the time of the explosion. He got trapped in a stairwell, and it took fire crews over 15 minutes to dig him out.
There's kind of like a metal gate door that had been bowed in, and the rubble from the lobby The broken up rock and marble had jammed itself. So I was there, with my cat in a carrier, kind of trying to push the door open.
Tracy Winbush was working downtown. She lives in the tower with her 94-year-old mom, who had to be rescued too.
They said they had to carry her down 10 flights of stairs, her and my dog. We're going to have to start over again, don't know where. Again, structural concerns about that building, preventing people from getting inside. People escaped with only the clothes on their back or whatever they could get out, but they're grateful to be alive. Tonight, LY Property Management, who owns the apartments, tell us they're working with the Red Cross to assist those residents. Reporting in Youngstown with Jacob Thompson, I'm Abigail Cloutier for WKBN 27 First News.
We're all shocked and surprised because we had just purchased a property.
This is what's left of 3144 Pine Hollow Drive. Investor Mitch Vanovich bought the property on August 2nd and was getting ready to start restoration work.
The house was purchased, taxes paid, fees paid, and then it states that an inspection was done on the 7th, 5 days later, and the house was torn down the following week.
Jeff Schwab, who represents Vanovich's company, and his realtor, Maureen Spear, tell me they were all aware it was on the city of Youngstown's demolition list.
It was on the residential property disclosure and it was in the MLS. We knew it was on the teardown list, but we also had a plan to restore it.
A listing on the code enforcement site states a notice was sent out on the 7th, but Vanovich says he didn't receive anything. The city of Youngstown's code also states the property owner has 15 days to file an appeal from the date of notice.
We haven't received anything by email, text, or letter from code enforcement or the city.
The city of Youngstown condemned the house back on January 11th. The city's code states a condemned home can't be sold unless the owner makes the buyer aware and submits a notarized statement to the code official.
There's something amiss. There's somebody's not following up with something. So this doesn't happen continuously.
The right hand needs to tell the left hand what they're doing because this is unacceptable.
The owners say it was about more than turning a profit on the home. It was about the history and a dream of revitalization.
Not only did he lose a house, but he lost the history. And I think that's important for Youngstown and what he wants to do.
This area that he grew up in, he's trying to bring it back to the way it used to be.
Vanovich isn't sure of his next steps, but would like to rebuild on the property. In Youngstown, Abigail Cloutier, WKBN 27 First News.
They're going into as bad a thing as there could be.
Meet Irving Lev. The 101-year-old recalls the day he realized he was being sent into the D-Day invasion. The Youngstown native completed 3 missions that day as a member of the Army Air Corps.
I'm proud of him, and we're all proud of him.
Irving's son, Doug, sat with us, showing me items from his service like his uniform and tags. Irving was just 20 when he enlisted in what's now the Air Force and spent his time as a navigator in B-17 planes just like this.
We knew exactly when we were going to drop the bomb. We didn't always make it, but yeah.
Helping bomb behind German lines to support the D-Day invasion. It was a cause he felt strongly about as the son of Jewish-Russian immigrants.
We got in a big argument in our own plane saying we didn't come here to drop bombs any old place. We came to drop them where we could go after some Germans.
He had strong feelings about wanting to fight, wanting to do damage to the German cause.
Irving tells me he remembers being pulled into a room with other bomb groups and being briefed on the Normandy invasion. And though he says he realized the gravity of the situation, he feels he played only a small part.
We realized that this is one tiny, 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 tiny thing. And there were thousands and thousands of airplanes all over the world doing this.
No, he never made a big deal about it. He's very humble. He would always say, no big deal, or we weren't scared, and we didn't think about that.
After 35 missions, Irving spent some time in flight school in California before coming home, marrying, and having 3 kids. His son Doug says D-Day is a great reminder of the sacrifices made for our freedom every day.
I think it's a good reminder that, like they say, freedom isn't necessarily free. You sometimes have to fight for it.
In Youngstown, Abigail Cloutier, WKBN 27 First News.